Welcome back to the channel. In this article, we explore the complete history of the 1952 Franklin half dollar, one of the most iconic silver coins in U.S. history. Whether you are a beginner coin collector or someone with a growing interest in old American coins, this detailed guide will help you understand the origin, design, minting process, and historical importance of top three. First up, the 1952 half dollar. From its beautiful portrait of Benjamin Franklin to the symbolic Liberty Bell on the reverse, this coin represents a fascinating era of American history and remains a favorite among collectors today. The 1952 half dollar of the United States is officially known as the Franklin half dollar, a coin series that was minted from CU to 1948 until 1963. The Franklin half dollar holds a special place in American numismatic history because it was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure who was not a president, Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States. By 1952, the Franklin half dollar had already become a familiar and respected part of everyday American commerce, commonly used in banks, businesses, and large cash transactions during the post-World War II economic boom. The obverse front of the 1952 half dollar displays a right-facing portrait of Benjamin Franklin, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Franklin's portrait is dignified and realistic, reflecting his importance as a statesman, inventor, and philosopher. Above the portrait appears the word liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is placed to the right of Franklin's shoulder. The date 1952 is clearly struck beneath the portrait. The design was somewhat controversial when first released because it did not include an allegorical figure of liberty, which had traditionally appeared on U.S. coins for many decades. The reverse back of the 1952 Franklin half dollar features the famous Liberty Bell, an iconic symbol of American independence and freedom. A small eagle is positioned to the right of the bell, which was added to meet legal requirements that U.S. coins must depict an eagle. The words United States of America and half dollar surround the design, with the national motto EPLURIBUSUNUM displayed above the bell. The Liberty Bell design includes fine details, such as the crack in the bell, which is historically accurate and admired by collectors today. In 1952, Franklin half dollars were minted at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The mint mark, when present, appears on the reverse just above the Liberty Bell. Production numbers were strong in 1952, reflecting the high demand for silver coinage during the early 1950s. All 1952 half dollars were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving the coin significant intrinsic metal value in addition to its historical importance. The year 1952 is particularly interesting for collectors because some Franklin half dollars from this period are known for strike quality issues, especially at the Denver and San Francisco mints. Weak strikes, especially in Franklin's hair and the lines of the Liberty Bell, are common. Coins with sharp details and strong bell lines, known as full bell lines (FBL), are highly desirable and command premium prices in the collector market. Historically, the 1952 Franklin half dollar represents a time of economic growth and stability in the United States. The country was transitioning from wartime production to consumer expansion, and silver coins like the half dollar were widely used in daily life. Over time, many of these coins were removed from circulation due to silver hoarding, especially in the 1960s, when rising silver prices encouraged people to save or melt silver coins. Today, the 1952 Franklin half dollar is valued not only for its silver content, but also for its classic design and connection to mid-20th century American history. While circulated examples are relatively common, well-preserved coins, and those with full bell lines can be quite valuable. The 1952 issue remains popular among both beginner and advanced collectors, making it an enduring symbol of American coinage before the major changes of the 1960s. Next up, the 1954 half-dollar refers to the Franklin half-dollar, a U.S. 50-cent coin that was produced from 1948 to 1963. The 1954 issue is part of this classic series and represents an important period in American coinage, reflecting both post-World War II economic stability and a return to traditional designs in U.S. money. During the early 1950s, the United States Mint focused on producing high-quality circulating coins to meet the needs of a growing economy, and the Franklin half-dollar became a familiar sight in everyday transactions. The obverse front of the 1954 half-dollar features a portrait of Benjamin Franklin, one of America's most respected founding fathers. The design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Franklin is shown facing right, with the word Liberty prominently displayed above his head and the national motto, "In God We Trust," placed to the side. The date 1954 appears at the bottom. This was the first time in U.S. history that a founding father who was not a president appeared on a regularly circulating coin, making the Franklin half-dollar historically significant. The reverse back of the coin displays the Liberty Bell, a powerful symbol of American independence and freedom. To the right of the bell is a small eagle, which was added to satisfy the legal requirement that all U.S. coins include an eagle. The words United States of America and half-dollar surround the design. Fine details in the Liberty Bell, especially the bell lines and crack, are important to collectors, as sharp strikes are more desirable and can greatly affect a coin's value. In 1954, Franklin half-dollars were minted at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, San Francisco S Mint Mark. All 1954 Franklin half-dollars were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, with a total weight of 12.5 grams and a diameter of 30.6. Because of their silver content, these coins have intrinsic value beyond face value, and their worth often rises with increases in silver prices. From a collector's standpoint, the 1954 half-dollar is considered common in circulated condition, but higher-grade examples, especially those with full bell lines, FBL, on the reverse, are much more valuable. Coins graded mint state, MS, with strong strikes and clear bell lines are highly sought after by collectors. The San Francisco Mint issue is often noted for weaker strikes, making well-defined examples rarer and more desirable. In summary, the 1954 Franklin half-dollar is an important and attractive U.S. silver coin that represents mid-20th century American history. Its connection to Benjamin Franklin, its classic Liberty Bell design, and its high silver content make it popular among both history enthusiasts and coin collectors. Whether found in circulated condition or preserved in mint state, the 1954 half-dollar remains a respected piece of American numismatic heritage. Next up, the 1956 half-dollar of the United States refers to the Franklin half-dollar series, which was produced from 1948 to 1963. This coin holds an important place in American numismatic history because it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical figure who was not a president of the United States. The coin honors Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, known for his contributions as a statesman, scientist, inventor, and philosopher. The Franklin half-dollar was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, and its design reflects Franklin's legacy of wisdom, independence, and service to the nation. On the obverse front of the 1956 half-dollar, there is a right-facing portrait of Benjamin Franklin. The word Liberty appears across the top of the coin, symbolizing American freedom, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is placed to the right of Franklin's shoulder. The year 1956 is shown at the bottom. The portrait is simple and dignified, showing Franklin without exaggeration, which was intentional to reflect his modest personality. This design was well received by the public and remained unchanged throughout the entire Franklin half-dollar series. The reverse back of the coin features the Liberty Bell, one of the most powerful symbols of American independence. To the right of the bell is a small eagle, which was added to meet legal requirements that U.S. coins must feature an eagle. Above the bell is the inscription, United States of America, while the denomination half-dollar appears below. The bell is shown with its famous crack, accurately representing the real Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. The reverse design reinforces themes of freedom, unity, and American heritage. The 1956 half-dollar was minted in 2 locations, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without any mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins carry a small D on the reverse, just below the Liberty Bell. Both versions were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving the coin a substantial weight and intrinsic silver value. Each coin weighs 12.5 grams and has a diameter of 30.6, making it larger and heavier than modern half-dollars. In terms of mintage, the 1956 Franklin half-dollar had relatively strong production numbers, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, which produced tens of millions of coins. The Denver Mint also produced a significant quantity. Because of these high mintages, the 1956 half-dollar is not considered extremely rare in circulated condition. However, well-preserved examples, especially those in uncirculated or proof condition, are more desirable among collectors. The value of a 1956 half-dollar depends heavily on its condition. In circulated grades, the coin is usually valued close to its silver melt value, which fluctuates with the price of silver. In uncirculated condition, the value increases due to collector demand, and coins with strong luster and minimal marks can command higher prices. Proof coins, which were specially struck at the Philadelphia Mint for collectors, are more valuable due to their sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. Coins with full bell lines, FBL, a designation indicating strong strike details on the Liberty Bell, are especially sought after and can be worth significantly more. Historically, the Franklin half-dollar series ended in 1963, shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, when the design was replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar in 1964. Despite this, the 1956 Franklin half-dollar remains a favorite among collectors because of its classic design, high silver content, and connection to one of America's greatest historical figures. Today, it is appreciated both as a collectible coin and as a piece of American history, representing the values of freedom, knowledge, and independence that Benjamin Franklin stood for. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin history and valuable coin information. Smiling face with smiling eyes.